Game of Thrones could have had a demented clown zombie, but they were cowards. Cowards, I say. Say hi to Patchface. Patchface is here to help us have fun. You may look at this face and think, I do not want to have fun with this, but that is his job. You see, Patchface is the court fool for Stannis Baratheon. If you don't know what a court fool is, he's there to help you have fun. They sing, they dance, they tell jokes, they do little jigs, and that's what Patchface is supposed to do. Do you feel like having fun yet? Okay, so let's give a little background to Patches here and explain this unique look. So Patches originally comes from Volantis, where he was unfortunately a slave, which is why he has this fun tattoo pattern on his face. Because in Volantis, they tattoo like the faces of their slaves, so you can, with this like motley pattern, so you can like clearly see that that's their job. It's very sad. But Patches used to be good at his job. So he was like trained to be a fool. He had a lovely voice. He was very fun and quick-witted and all this stuff. And so Robert Baratheon's father, Stefan Baratheon, was in Volantis on a mission from King Aerys, the Mad King at the time. And while he was there, he was like, hey, let me pick up a fool for the kids, because, you know, Robert, Stannis, and Renly, they'd love a fool. That'd be great, right? So they found Patchface, and they were sailing back to Storm's End when the ship got shipwrecked. And everyone died on it. Robert's father, Stefan, died, as did his mother. It was very sad, and like no survivors, all cool. And then, you know, his body, I think it was found like by a fisherman or something. It gets dragged onto the boat, and like, oh, look, sad dead body for this like kid who's supposed to be the new fool. And then he like sits up and like starts coughing up water. But at that point, Patchface has gone a little loop-de-loop. So none of the former wit is there. He's like a bit demented, or at this point, or at least like, I don't know how to say this he's just like lost a lot of his mental capacity, is what I'm saying. But don't worry, he still dances. So he wears this hat that's made out of a bucket that they've attached antlers with bells on. So he just hops around the castle all the time, jingling and saying these weird prophetic rhymes. Fun. That's because when, you know, he did come back to life, possibly, that's all that he really speaks in now, is he has these like weird prophetic rhymes that well, they're creepy as fuck, but beyond that, I don't know what they're meant to do. Like, yeah, they foreshadow things and stuff, but like, again, I'm so distracted every time he pops up and starts speaking in rhymes that like it's hard for me to focus on like, ooh, what's the nugget here, you know? To give you an example, per the book, which I own now, thanks y'all, at one point, Patches, while everyone is at dinner, goes, here we eat fish, under the sea, the fish eat us, I know, oh. And again, that's after he's like jingling and hopping in. He just hops around jingling and going, I know, oh, the stuff of nightmares. And if that isn't horrible enough, the worst detail and the saddest detail, in my opinion, is that Patches has a best friend, and that's Shireen Baratheon. So Stannis' daughter, Shireen, is Patches' best friend, and more to the point, Patches is her best friend. And so she'll be running around the castle, and this demented thing is just following her. Just Shireen trying to play alone, the only child in this castle, and just behind her at all hours of the day is jingle, oh, I know. It's just like, George, what is wrong with you? Like, you give this poor girl, like, a facial, like, deformity, and, like, she's ostracized by everyone, but it's okay. I'm gonna give her a sleep paralysis demon for a best friend. What is wrong? Oh my god, I can't. This is too much. Sorry, I need a break from looking at him for a second. So yeah, Patchface. So there's tons of theories around Patchface, just so that I can go over some of those as well. The most obvious one that is basically confirmed is that Patchface is actually Azor Ahai. I was a fool to think it was Dany. Sorry, everyone. But beyond that, of course, the other big one is that they think that, you know, when the ship went down that was carrying Patches and the Baratheons back to Storm's End, that Patches did die, that he did drown, and that he was brought back to life via the drowned god that, like, the Greyjoys worship. Because, you know, a big part of that religion is that you have to be, like, drowned and then, like, brought back to life, and that, like, gives you, like, abilities and all this shit or whatever. Which, like, might be real, like, because we kind of get, like, that hint from, like, Aeron Damphair, like, one of the Greyjoy, like, uncles or whatever. So Patch's, like, prophetic ability probably is connected to the fact that he's like been drowned and like resurrected, and so is possibly like undead in a similar, in like a possibly similar way to like the ice whites, like with the others, the White Walkers, and then the fire whites that like the red god is bringing people back to life, but this is like the water version of that. So like his prophecies are like steeped in realness because of that. Anyway, cool. So yeah, Patchface may be like an agent of the drowned god, and but don't worry, friends, because Shireen Baratheon has a bestie. Yay! Okay, goodbye.